Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of All Started With a Mouse podcast. I am Nick Labzetta.
And I'm Tony.
And we are back after a long hiatus. We are back. How's it feel, Anthony?
I'm pretty excited.
I know.
I'm very excited.
Since we last spoke, we went on 3 trips. I went on 2, and Anthony went on 1 on his own.
Yep.
And we are here to talk to you about them, and then after we will bring up the most overrated and underrated parts of all 4 parks.
Nick, what would you say was the biggest highlight of one of your trips?
The Halloween party. It's the first time I've ever done something like that. We never went to those parties, either the Christmas one or the Halloween one. So it's really nice to see it for the first time. Because we go so much, not much is new. So being able to experience new things is always something that you appreciate.
Yeah, I actually had Halloween costumes on the list of things I wanted to talk about because I was staying there at the end of October, so it was like 3 nights in a row, I think, there were Halloween parties. And I loved seeing all the people's costumes. There was one family that dressed up like the portraits in the Haunted Mansion, which I absolutely loved. It made me really want to go to the party coming up. I think it would be a fun time. I don't know if it's still worth the money, but what I would think is don't buy a park ticket for that day.
Yeah.
Then you get in at,
exactly.
4?
Yeah.
So then you spend the afternoon,
8 hours.
Yeah. So in the morning, have a nice breakfast, spend the afternoon at, Disney Springs or something, and then you got that. So I do think that's something I want to do in the near future.
Yeah, I agree. Just got to do it with a big group of people or something.
Yeah.
What about you? What was one of the big things?
That's a good question. I think my big thing was just, I went solos, and it was just taking the time to really look at all the details around the place. Like, there's so many that I knew about or I'd read about that I've never really seen. And I just spent hours just walking around Frontierland and Adventureland, Main Street. I fell in love with Animal Kingdom all over again, just the sheer amount of details that they put into Harambe, into Asia. It was just an incredible, just finding all the little things. And I know we do it when we're together, but you're still someone who likes to do rides, even if it's not, you're not crazy, I need to do everything, but you need to do more rides than me on a typical day. I mean, there was one day I think maybe I did 2 rides because I was just so busy just wandering, looking at all the things. So I think it was just taking the time, relaxing, looking at all those little moments. And so then next trip, I think I'm ready to start actually doing more stuff. Mm-hmm. And we do have a trip planned in the next coming few months, so we're very excited.
Late May, we're going to be with the family staying at the boardwalk. I'm very excited for that.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
And we're going to be there for Flower and Garden, correct?
We are.
Good.
Yeah.
I loved it last year, and it's good.
Beautiful. Epcot never looks better. So since we've last recorded, heartbreaking news that Illuminations is going away.
Is that since we recorded?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is because I think it was
right.
Late September. Illuminations, in my opinion, is perfect. It's easily the best nighttime show. So I made sure, I actually waited this time at Epcot a half hour before to get a good viewing area. When it happened, it was just amazing. I thought I can't have this be the last time. I need to see it at least one more time. So I love that we're staying at the boardwalk for the last year of Illuminations because it's going to be, every night we're ending at Epcot.
Yeah. And they showed what they're going to be replacing it with, and I just can't be more disappointed. It's just going to be Disney songs in different languages. I don't get it. We don't really need these movies in Epcot. Epcot's kind of its own thing, in my opinion. Leave the Disney out. I'm fine with character meet and greet just because that's kind of cool to do it like that. But
Epcot needs to have its own identity. I wonder if they're doing this because Epcot's identity is going to be changing. Future World's getting a massive redo in the next few years, so maybe they don't know what Epcot's going to look like.
Yeah, but it's just got it's going to have a Guardians ride, a Beauty and the Beast sing along. It's just going to be a hodgepodge of things. And then, oh, by the way, you can get food from different countries.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a mess. I trust the Imagineers to do it right. Usually with the big stuff, they do it right. So we'll see. But, yeah, Epcot is definitely the one that is like probably giving fans the most apprehension. Like Hollywood Studios has always been like just a hodgepodge of different
Yep.
things, so
Yep.
like no one's really concerned about that losing its identity. You know, Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom know who they are. Epcot always seems to be going through this identity crisis, and we were never there during like what people call the glory days of Epcot, like Horizons and World of Motion and all that stuff. So we're not as emotionally invested in that part of Future World, but I still love Future World, and I still hope that whatever comes after it is good. So what are some other good things? You went to. Did we talk about Toy Story Land when you went?
Yeah, we did. We talked about. I didn't do Slinky
You went in
Dog.
July.
Yeah.
Okay.
In July, I did it. I didn't get to do Slinky Dog because the line was too long. So I did it for the first time. I did both trips, but first time in September. It's fun.
You said you enjoyed it more than Seven Doors, which shocked me.
I say if you take out the like animatronics of Seven Dwarfs as a roller coaster, if you take like all the flair of both rides and it's just a roller coaster, it's a better roller coaster. But Seven Dwarfs is a better experience just because like you have the animatronics, you have the slow part, you have the barrels that move back and forth, you have the ending, the ambiance, like you can see the birds and the landscape of the ride. That's all better. But like just like the bare bones roller coaster, it's a better roller coaster, but it's not a better attraction.
So last time we recorded, I said I probably wasn't going to go to Toy Story Land, and like an hour before, I got to Hollywood Studios because I was going to take a boat to Epcot. I thought, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. I gotta go in. So I did go into Toy Story Land, and I thought it was fantastic. The one thing I thought wouldn't be impressive was like the level of immersion. I thought you wouldn't feel it, and I really did feel like I was in Andy's backyard.
Yeah,
I thought they did a great job with it.
After going more times and doing a little more research on it, I definitely feel more immersed than I stated initially.
Ooh.
Like just look in the background, like you see
The fence.
the fence is so like just so minor, but it's amazing.
Yeah, like it's not it's not Pandora. It's not somewhere I want to spend hours. I was there for probably less than an hour, but for what it is, it's really well done. I really have no complaints. I think they might be expanding it in the future after like Star Wars Land and everything is done. But for now, I think it's really impressive. I went to Woody's Lunchbox. I got one of those Pop-Tarty things, and that was filling and
The raspberry
really good. Yeah, the raspberry one. But yeah, I love Toy Story Land. I liked it a lot more than I thought. I was really happy I went, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
And then so I'm trying to think of things we should talk about. I did Food and Wine again.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say my top 3 meals were I had a duck roll. It was like a duck bao bun in China, like fried duck. It was so good, so flavorful. Then Flavors of Fire. I had the corned beef.
Oh, it's the best. I had it twice.
Smoked corned beef is that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best thing in all of the festivals combined. Let's see, like I can't remember really any other really great ones
I
had.
didn't have too much of Food and Wine this time because I had a lot on my list, but I needed to go to Tangerine Cafe since I hadn't been.
I
in a
went
while,
there, yeah.
and I forgot how much
Because
food it is.
Because we talked about
Yeah.
this.
We usually split a meal there, and I was alone, so I ate the whole thing myself, and I was done for the day. So I couldn't. I really couldn't put down too much at Food and Wine for the rest of the night. While you're looking for your stuff, a couple things in Epcot that I noticed. One is I remember last time I was kind of downplaying Germany.
Yeah.
I really grew a newfound appreciation for Germany because I was there for a while because I was waiting. It used to be in the past, like when the clock struck a certain, like a new hour or whatever, like 2 wooden guys would come out and do stuff. So I was waiting to see that. It didn't end up happening. But I just was wandering the pavilion for a while. I thought the stores are really nice, and the restaurant is really cool. I was just peeking my head into some of the things. It was just a nice atmosphere. You could just sit down, relax. I had breakfast at France. I had the bacon and cheese roll, and then I went outside and just sat at the fountain, and it was like absolute perfection. Like there was just nothing better than it.
In Germany, did you go to my little spot?
No, I completely forgot about it. You didn't tell me about it until after I got back. It's outside. It's on the other side,
It's
right?
like
It's not
the
in.
pavilion, then the walkway, and
Yeah.
then over here in this little like indentation. So
Yeah, go.
and so a couple other things. When I was there in September, they for the first time ever opened, not first time ever, but like in a long time, they had a quick service pizza place in Italy. Is it the first time ever? Do you know? I
I
can't.
think it's the first one.
Which was exciting. So we tried that. We got there like right when it opened up.
I didn't have it.
Yeah, that was in September. And so one thing about my trip in September, we went to Coronado Springs. And if you don't know this, this is a good little tip. When you check in, ask if there are any free upgrades. I did this both times and got upgrades both times. We requested, when we booked our trip, we requested a room close to the lobby. They gave us casitas. That's the right one? Farthest?
Casitas is like the city area.
Is that the farthest one?
No, that's the
Ranchos?
Ranchos.
So yeah, they gave us like the farthest one, and I was like, "Is there any way we can get a free upgrade?" And they gave us a refurbished room, which was one of the most beautiful rooms I've ever been in. Hardwood floors, everything about it was great for free, and it was like a 2-minute walk to the lobby, so it was perfect in that way.
The cast members are great there. We had a similar issue
Yeah.
when we went our first time going, just me and you, and yeah, they were fantastic. They upgraded us for free. It was really fantastic.
Yeah. And then even in October, they she told us our room would be like in All Star Sports, like to the other side of the resort. And I was like, "Can we get a free upgrade?" And they got 1 minute walk from the lobby. It was great. It's just ask for it, and worst thing they can do is say no. Best thing, you get a free upgrade.
Speaking of hotels, I stayed at Pop for 2 nights of my trip. Pali at one. Pali, I spent the whole day at Pali. I didn't have a park ticket, and it was just fantastic. Although I got there, I think at like 7:30 in the morning, and it was like about 2 hours before I had my room, so I was just walking around like a zombie. I was just dead tired. But just wandering the whole day around the Polynesian was amazing. Just getting all food from all the little areas, not even Kona or Ohana. Like I was eating at the pool bars, Trader Sam's outside. There was a guy doing the like Hawaiian acoustic guitar outside, and the Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace. It was just so fantastic. But the surprise was, I went to Pop, and I'm thinking I'm going to Value after staying at Poly. It's going to be a mess. But I really enjoyed Pop. I think the level of detail is really impressive, and I've never, I don't actively enjoy spending time at the value resorts. They're fine resorts, but I don't. It's nothing I would care to spend time for. But I actively enjoyed my time at Pop. One thing I loved, I was there I left the day before Halloween, so I was there right before Halloween, and Pop Century all throughout the lobby and the food court and stuff. The whole time they were playing old Halloween songs like Monster Mash and I Put a Spell on You. Just that little level of detail that really raises it, that I don't really expect from the value resorts, but it's Pop is one step up from the All-Stars.
Yeah.
Which I never really thought of before, because that was my first time ever being there. But I really enjoyed it, and I would really have no problem. If I was just going for a few days and didn't want to spend too much money staying at Pop, it was pretty enjoyable. Food court I thought was decent. Merchandise, was decent. All in all, I was pretty impressed with it. The biggest complaint I had of this trip, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me, currently the walk from the bus to Hollywood Studios
is atrocious.
Is absolutely insane. It's literally like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing but those walls. Yeah. I don't know. Is this Star Wars Land?
No, it's the gondolas.
Oh, those stupid gondolas. Yeah, that is an absolute mess. It will take you forever to get there, and it's miserable. It's going to be hot. You're in asphalt. There's no theming or anything. It's just everyone's just
pictures
walking.
Of look at what we're gonna do for Star Wars.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anything else from your trip, Nick?
I became an annual pass holder. That's nice. I get some little discounts. That's great. I definitely recommend if you go more than 10 park days. I think it's the math a year. You should definitely do it.
And I, for the first time ever, I did Swiss Family Treehouse.
Oh my god! And were you miserable?
It I was going up for the first half of it. I'm like, this is kind of enjoyable. Good shots of Space Mountain. There's a couple little cool water wheels in the tree, and then I stopped and I'm like, I'm like a third of the way done, and I'm sweating. My legs are killing me. Like, how, this isn't. I'm done. Like,
I can't believe that.
so
It's a thing.
it's enjoyable, but like it's not really that enjoyable.
Not even enjoyable.
But like, it's unique, I guess. But they need to get rid of that.
Yeah,
Like,
add
I don't
something.
understand how people. I understand nostalgia for Figment, for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, for all those other things. I don't understand how you can have nostalgia for walking upstairs. I mean, it's just there's just nothing. I like the Swiss polka, but it's not enough for me. But overall, I had a great time. It was a solo trip. It was very interesting being there alone. Like I said, I had more time to do exactly what I want. I wouldn't actively choose to go. Like, if you said next October, let's go to Disney, and I said no, I want to go alone, I wouldn't do that. But if like next October I want to go to Disney and you don't want to go and no one else wants to go, I think I would still go.
Yeah.
It wouldn't prevent me from going. But yeah, I think that they were solid trips.
Before
overall.
we go on to our next segment, I just want to ask what foods did you have that you really enjoyed?
All these little places. I didn't do any table services. I got the corned beef spring rolls from the Adventureland cart, which were fantastic. I got the candied bacon from the Liberty Square Market, which was amazing. I got the
These seem to be gone.
yeah, they almost certainly are, except maybe this one, the corn. And thank you for that recommendation from Animal Kingdom right outside Harambe. Oh my God, it's grilled corn with spices on it. Oh, so good.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm not a corn fan. I love that.
Just a bunch of little things like that.
I would recommend the spring rolls, the cheeseburger spring rolls I had in Adventureland. Didn't you have a Reuben spring roll?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
You
Corned
said
beef.
that?
Corned
Sorry.
beef. Well, yeah,
Oh,
so it was
yeah,
a Reuben.
yeah.
It was a Reuben.
Yeah, that's right.
I went to Casey's Corner for the first time. It's fine. I ate corn nuggets. It was
Yeah,
okay.
I don't love that.
I ate at Yak and Yeti for the first time. I just got dessert, and it was pretty good. Oh, I ate at Harambe Markets, which I said I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I had what did I have? The sausage, which was really good, and all the sides were fantastic. Harambe Market smells incredible, and the food is like really good. I was so happy.
I went to
ended up going
Harambe.
there.
I had the chicken there, and we just got like 2 sides of rice. It was so buttery, so delicious. Trying to think of any. So now we had the bread service. I had like a South African sausage. It was really good.
I got the caramel butter from the caramel place in Germany. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I would not get that again.
I'd get like a cookie instead.
Yeah,
at that
I
place.
try and get something new every time. I think that's
The
about
booths,
it for
all the booths
interesting
from
stuff. Yeah.
Food and Wine. I did. I went to Krispy Kreme a lot.
I went to Chick-fil-A in the airport for the first time. And now we have a Chick-fil-A here, which I love.
Very
But that was
exciting.
my first time having Chick-fil-A.
But yeah, those are our trip reports for September and October of 2018. And now we go on to. I asked Anthony a question right before we started recording. What is your most overrated and underrated attraction or thing in each park? And so we made a list. We each have one. I think we should start from the most recent parks and go all the way up to Magic Kingdom. Anthony, you can go. What do you think is underrated in Animal Kingdom?
Underrated in Animal Kingdom, it's a little sappy, but I'm just going to say the level of detail. Obviously, we love the details in this place. And, walking through Harambe, walking through Asia, obviously, Pandora, there's just so much story in these places. Like Harambe is just, it's a real place. It's got such a rich history, and there's hints of it everywhere. Expedition Everest's backstory is just absolutely amazing. The level of detail at Pandora is just absurdly shocking. It's just like, how is, it shouldn't look like this. There's a reason it got placed on that Time Top 100 thing. So Animal Kingdom seems to be getting more recognition as time goes by. People are more and more saying it's their favorite park. It might be my favorite park currently. I absolutely love that place, and I think people love it. I think people really enjoy it, but there's still, like, when I'm standing there checking things out, and people are just walking by, and no one's really stopping. And so I think they enjoy it. I think on like a subconscious level, they're like, "Wow, this is really impressive." But I would love for people to spend, just 10, 15 minutes to stop and look at a couple of these things, because it's absolutely amazing, and it's exactly the kind of thing we want Disney to keep doing. So the more the guests say, how amazing it is, the more likely we'll get it.
I agree. And so for my underrated Animal Kingdom, I would say both jungle treks in Africa and Asia. I don't really see many people there. They don't really understand like there's which one has the story? Like there's a story.
Yeah,
in the walls.
we won't
Is it
go
Maharaja?
through it, but yeah, Maharaja Jungle Trek has a fantastic backstory. I was there for like probably almost an hour piecing it together, just little pieces here and there. But yeah, I think you're right. Not enough people do them.
Yeah. I don't see it. I mean, it's you see the animals kind of like you don't have to go on the Kilimanjaro safari to see these animals if the wait's long. But yeah, I just definitely think that's something that people just like don't even know it's there sometimes.
And I'm doing all this praise for Animal Kingdom. I think I've only been in the African one maybe once. I don't even know if I've ever done it really.
No, we've definitely done it, and
Okay.
I've done it before.
Okay, so yeah, I've only done it once. I definitely have to go again.
Yeah, just even the little thing behind, with the aquarium type thing by the Tree of Life Garden. I think.
Oh
it's called.
yes, there's the Tree of Life garden trails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like really hidden.
Yeah, I didn't
which
even know there
love.
was a sign there
Yeah.
until like our 2017 trip.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. All right,
You want to just stay in Animal Kingdom?
yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
I'll go first. So I believe that
Overrated.
overrated. I think we're gonna get a lot of hate for our overrated. But for mine, it is Festival of the Lion King. Now I love Lion King. It's like my top 3 favorite Disney movies. But I don't really need to go somewhere and watch someone sing the songs and do gymnastics while there's a animatronic of Simba and Pumbaa there. It's just like it's a half hour long. It's just we could be doing something more beneficial in the park than that.
Yeah, I agree. I understand why it's there. Animal Kingdom, Lion King. They want Lion King to. It's really the only place Lion King exists in Disney World. Obviously, Lion King, the Broadway show, is a huge, massive hit. Yeah, I agree. I've seen it once. It was fine. I have no interest to see it again. I could see the Broadway show, 10 times.
Yeah, that's different.
But yeah, I guess it gets the job done. But you're right. Like it's it's almost like it's something just taking a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And when it empties, you do not want to be anywhere near Africa.
It was a mess. I went in October. It was a mess getting out just because you had to like step around the bleachers. No one could do it. I had to like just jump off the bleachers to walk out because no one could go down the stairs because of the crowd.
Yeah. So my overrated Animal Kingdom. This was the toughest one. This was the only one I really couldn't find one for. So I'm stretching here, but I am going to say Pandora at night. Now, obviously, I love Pandora, and I've only been at night really for like maybe an hour, and it was raining. Nick's been at Pandora at night more than me, and he disagrees. But I just wasn't like super impressed with the bioluminescence. It was very nice. It was beautiful, but it's like the one thing I think that when they were talking up Pandora, it was like you have to go during the day and you have to go at night. Like I've been twice since, and I've been to Pandora twice since because I'm not, if I'm in Disney World, I'm going to Pandora. But I think it's a place to go in the morning and just to spend some time, relax. Got the waterfalls rushing. Listen to the animals. I didn't see the the huge, beautiful benefit of seeing it at night. Probably that'll change next time. I think I'm going to make a point to go at night just to see it again. But yeah, that's just me. It's really not, it's the most sensitive way I can say overrated because I still love every single aspect of Pandora. But you will disagree a little bit?
I disagree 100%. I've been
And I trust you because you've seen it more.
Yeah, I went 2 different, maybe 3, but a few different times at night. I got some beautiful pictures. That floor that lights up, that's just like
That's cool.
you didn't even mention that. Like that
I don't
is
even
just-
remember that, honestly.
It's just so beautiful. You feel like you're in that part of Flight of Passage when everything lights up. Yeah, I got some nice pictures. The waterfalls were amazing. One time I was riding Flight of Passage with my friend, and we get out, and it's like a half hour past park close. So we're the only people in Pandora at night. It's just like you hear the ambiance music. Noise is not music. I'm sorry. And so then you're just walking around, like it's just quiet. It's calm. It was just something like you don't see much in Disney, like a calm land. It's like the most popular land, and yet it was just really nice to see.
Yeah, it sounds really cool because, like I said, like it was raining. We were only there like it was right before Irma. We were only in the park at night for a little amount of time. And fun fact, if you guys are interested, you can now get the Pandora soundtrack on iTunes. They have all the music from the rides and Wind Traders and Chatula Canteen. So, all right, that's Animal Kingdom. Let's move on to Hollywood Studios. I'll go first for Overrated.
Yeah.
I'll say Overrated first. My Overrated for Hollywood Studios is Star Tours. I like Star Wars. I'm not a huge fan, but I like the original trilogy. I'm excited for Star Wars Land more so than I have been really ever. But I think Star Wars or Star Tours is like I don't get any enjoyment out of it. It's bumpy, and like I don't like. It's just bumpy. Like I don't feel fun when I'm there. I'm not, having a good time. It's just like there was the Body Wars years ago in Epcot, which was kind of the same thing. But yeah, I just like you're in a box and you're bumping around and someone's playing a video of Star Wars clips, and like C-3PO pops up, and like I don't have an emotional connection to C-3PO, so I don't care that much. So it's something like I would never wait in line for it. I would never waste a fast pass for it. I'm 100% sure that the two new rides will be 10 times better, but I really don't need to ever do Star Tours again.
Yeah, I agree. It's not great. I do enjoy it. I don't like that. I'm almost positive it's now no longer like there are 50 different stories, because I think now it's going to be like, hey, you did this, and then it ends in Galaxy's Edge. Now go to Galaxy's Edge and spend money and stuff. I don't enjoy it as much as other rides in Hollywood Studios, but I could do it. Like if I'm with the group of people and they want to do it, I'm not going to be upset. But mine, I'm going to be upset. Muppet Vision 3D. I think that's just it's a boring show. It's old. It's like I think I chuckle once. I know there's a lot of Muppet fans. I don't really understand why it's there. Like it's just.
Well, Disney has the Muppets.
Yeah,
and they want the Muppets.
I mean,
somewhere.
yeah, that part, but
it's funny. I like the Muppets. I like the idea of the Muppets in a park, but the last time we were in Hollywood Studios with the family, I was the only one who didn't go to Muppet Vision.
Yeah,
and I'm the one defending it. Yeah, I have no interest in actually seeing it. Like it's something like I'm glad it's there, but I don't want to ever go to it.
It's something to do to waste time. Like it's definitely will never be on my list of things I have to do in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I agree. What's your underrated for Hollywood Studios?
Oh, obviously it is our church one man's dream. I see like 10 people in there I go every time I'm in Hollywood Studios, and yet I rarely see people in there. And if it is, it's to go to that Star-Lord group meet and greet, which is now going to be gone, thankfully. But I love it. Everything about it's great.
You need it. You need it. You need a place to pay tribute to the man.
Yeah, and I even like the end where it's like it's kind of advertising all the new things coming. Like the concept art, it's not about Walt, but it's still something nice to see. Like like Disney's plans.
Yeah, Walt said he was talking about Disneyland, but he said it's not a museum. It's constantly changing and always adding new stuff.
But yeah, seeing his desk and seeing how he did the first like Running Man or
Jumping Man.
Jumping Man, that sounds right. But yeah, seeing all that stuff is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You got to do it every time you're in Hollywood Studios. You got to pay tribute to the guy. He's the reason all this is here. My underrated for Hollywood Studios are the street characters on Sunset Boulevard and the main. What's the main street of Hollywood Studios?
I forget. Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset Boulevard is.
It's not Hollywood and Vine, is it?
No.
I blank.
This is the one park where like we have very like we can't.
It's just that really, because like now that actually no, it's not. I get lost going to like Muppet Vision.
It's the only place I get lost. So the main street and Sunset Boulevard. They're just little extra things. I remember when we were there last time with the family, they were screwing around. When we were taking pictures. I saw someone. Okay. I had a funny interaction with one of the guys on the street, and it was fun. I can't get into it because it might be breaking some of the
ruining the magic.
Yeah, it'd be breaking some of the magic, but it was a fun interaction. They did nothing inappropriate or anything, but just it shows that even as actors, like sometimes you don't I didn't appreciate this person as much as I did after talking to him. No one knows what we're talking about.
If you go on Magical Express, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's impressive to see these people. Like they're not just putting a character head on and waving. Like they're actors. They got to improvise, and they have to have an answer ready, and the answer has to be something that fits the story, and they do not break it for a second. And it was really impressive. And I know there was a thing, I think last year, where they were cutting cast members, which so that's terrible. They should absolutely not do that. Cut down the treehouse instead, and keep these guys. Yeah, that's Hollywood Studios. So Epcot. All right, let's do underrated for Epcot. You want me to go?
Sure.
Mine is the Kingdom of Morocco, the Morocco Pavilion. Obviously, it's a pavilion in World Showcase, so people go to it, but it's always the one that people kind of pass by. It's that weird, different one. And we've talked a lot about how much we love Morocco. The food is so good at Tangerine Cafe. I'm going to make a point to a Spice Road table on our next trip. The shops are fantastic. The level of detail is incredible. Great cast members. I was there in October, and it was a Saturday, and it was Food and Wine, and Magic Kingdom was having a party, a Halloween party. So Epcot was mobbed like I've never seen it. It was just absolutely crazy.
I had that issue too.
Oh, it was nuts. But I'm in Morocco, and I walked into the Morocco Museum. It's like a fashion museum or something. It's got the camel in it.
Straight to the left of the fountain.
Yeah. And I'm in there, and it was just me for like 5 minutes. And I'm thinking, like, I'm in what is currently the busiest theme park on the planet. And there's even a place in this park where I can be alone and find, like, just have this little area to myself. Like, these nooks and crannies. And that's, I just love that thing. And the museum, it's nice. You can learn about, Moroccan art and jewelry and stuff. It's not like something like, oh, I can't wait to see the headgear of the princess in the 17th century. But just a nice little getaway, nice little place to, catch your breath, just slow down, relax. So yeah, Morocco. Everyone needs to eat there. Everyone needs to, look around the shops. Everyone needs to peek into the Fez house and the museum. Don't be afraid. Morocco's fantastic.
I agree. Yes, it's in our top threes each.
Definitely.
Pavilion.
Yeah.
I definitely see people. I do see a lot of people more towards the front in that little bazaar shop. But yeah, they need to go and experience like the back clock, Marrakesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what that looks like. It's just everything. I mean, that pavilion's so great, and it's one of the few that just get walked past that shouldn't. My underrated is the Three Caballeros in the Mexican ride. I only see a line for that when the park is a 10 out of 10 crowd level.
There was a massive line on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, there was like it was like 30 minutes.
It was people were standing outside the pyramid.
Which, yeah, I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen something like that. Usually it's a walk on 5 minutes at most.
Yep.
And everything, like, I just love that ride. The music is good. The actors sometimes like are looking in the wrong direction or something.
Oh, the actors are terrible.
Yeah, but that makes it fun. When Donald's swimming, like you can see the like his shirt is on, like his real shirt. It's not like animated, which I love. The fountain, I'm pretty sure the fountain when you walk into the pavilion is the same fountain design as when you're going through the towards the end of the ride. The animatronics of the three caballeros.
That's the best part.
Everything about it's so great. The fiesta scene, I just love it. Like that's something I have to do every time I'm in Epcot.
I agree, and like we talked last time, I wouldn't mind seeing a Coco ride here, but like I love the fact that they have this. This is based on the Three Amigos. That's what they're called. Three Amigos? No, it's not. That's the movie. Three Caballeros. Three Amigos is like a movie with Chevy Chase, I think. Yeah, Three Caballeros. It's a super old Disney animated movie. It was like Walt Disney actually worked on it. So it's just this old time thing that has survived all the changes for Epcot. And yeah, it's great. It's classic. Who doesn't Mexican Down's the best down.
Mm-hmm. His meet and greet's always crowded.
Yeah. So I agree with you. All right, Nick.
Overrated.
We're gonna. This both of ours.
Oh my God! I just realized. Yeah.
Are gut punches.
I would have to say, one of the most overrated things in Epcot is Test Track. People wait an hour, in this line. It's loud, and so when you get into the thing, you turn a couple times. The hot cold energy scene. It's nothing. Isn't the colors just change?
I don't even know. Do they still do that?
They do something that's like efficiency. That's it now.
Yeah, they don't do the hot.
They don't do the
they
temperature.
Might. I don't remember.
I don't remember exactly how they do it, but that scene's nothing. The power scene, it's fun, but it's only a minute. But the thing I hate about it is, everyone, all their pictures are like, oh, it's too bright because you go from complete darkness to the sun.
Yeah.
And your eyes have to get used to it for a second, so you're gonna squint. I mean it's a fun minute, but I just don't think it's worth it. I lived there for 4 months. I did it once when my parents visited, and I don't see a need to do it.
Yeah, it used to be one we would try and do like multiple times on a trip. I can't remember the last time I did it. Maybe once in like 17, but yeah, I have no.
Maybe not that.
I don't even really go to that side of Future World.
Me neither.
Because I haven't done Mission to Space or whatever it's called, Mission to Space, in probably a decade.
Well, I only go there during Food and Wine, so I can go into that.
The
what's it called? The
Festival Center.
Yeah.
So mine is like the only one worse, I think.
Yeah. I don't agree with this.
Yeah, it's the new Soarin' Around the World. I don't think it's good. The first time I went on it, I really enjoyed it. I thought, all right, this is it's great. It's not Soarin', but it's new. It's different. Every time since I've been on it, I like it less and less. I think there's too much like CGI, like the whale jumping right in front of you, and like there were little things like that probably in the old one. Obviously, like the golf ball, coming right to you. Mm-hmm. That's not a real golf ball, but it's just like it just seems too fake. It's like I don't feel like I'm, at the wherever Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean or whatever. I just feel like I'm watching like a computerized image of it. And like the thing that is just absolutely unforgivable is the curve of the screen. If you haven't been, anything that's like not, if you're not in dead center, a lot of the scenes seem curved. Like the Taj Mahal seems a little curved. Obviously the worst one is the Eiffel Tower, which just has a huge, massive curve to it. I've seen shirts at Disney World that say "Make the Eiffel Tower straight again." Like, so it's like a thing that people are commenting on. It's like, we love Imagineers. Like I said before, 99% of the time they get it right. This, they absolutely didn't. So I don't know how anyone watched that thing from those seats and said this is okay. It was either laziness or it was, you know what, we are on a deadline, or we're on a budget, we can't do it. But it's terrible. It's a failure of Imagineering. It's one of the very few failures of Imagineering, and it's lost like Soarin' always had this, like you just felt like it was different. There was something different, something unique. And I think part of this also is because Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage makes Soarin', like when you go on Soarin' after Flight of Passage, it's like, what is this? This is like nothing. Like, so it's the fact that Flight of Passage exists and the fact that it's Like the new one, the charm. That's the word I was thinking of. Charm. Soren had a charm. Yeah, it was California. I didn't care. It was fine. The orange grove smell. Everyone loved it. Seeing the fireworks over Disneyland. There was a charm of the original Soren. This one's just trying too hard. Like, let's try and get, the 10 biggest things in the world, and each scene's going to have something crazy. There's going to be a whale. There's going to be...
I agree. There's too many jumps.
Yeah, too many jumps nonsense. And then the Eiffel Tower. Like, I thought, like, I was just like, the first time I was like, what, is this real? Like, something must be wrong with this. So I don't think Soren's good, and I haven't. Soren used to be one, like, we would rush to it and do it probably like multiple times a trip. I haven't done Soren in the last 2 trips, and I don't miss it. I just don't miss it. So yeah, Soren and Test Trek are our 2. Those were 2 sacred cows of Future World that we just destroyed.
That's right. Okay, on to the final park, Magic Kingdom. Let's do underrated first. You can go.
Okay, so this is obvious for me. Underrated in Magic Kingdom is the Country Bear Jamboree. I've been on it 3 times now. The first time I went on, I was like, this is pretty cool. The second time I went on, I was like, this is fantastic. The third time I went on, I was like, this is one of the best things on property. And I say that
you can't be serious.
No, I'm 100% serious. It's like that. I would do that before Soarin', before Test Trek, before Kilimanjaro Safari. Before...
You're saying wait times are the same? Like, obviously, because it's like a 10-minute wait at most every time. So
I think, here's the thing. I've been 3 times. I've gone on that one 3 times. There's very few rides I've gone on every single time I've been there. That is one of, like, the probably 5 or 6. I didn't go on Jungle Cruise this time. I didn't do Safari. I didn't do Cali River. I didn't do anything in Tomorrowland except for the TTA. I didn't do PhilharMagic.
I go back to the wait times. Obviously,
I waited for this one.
How long did you wait?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, you don't like all those rides you listed.
Yeah, but we don't wait for stuff.
Yeah, but we wait like 30 minutes.
Country Bears, the humor is great. It's slightly adult. All the guys that turn me on, turn me down. Blood in the Saddle. Mama Don't Whip Little Buford. The audio animatronics look good, even though they're old.
That's true.
And it's just like it's Disney with that little adult twist, making fun of like redneck culture almost, but also like embracing it. Like I don't walk out of there thinking white trash from the South. It's like you appreciate these stupid bears playing their stuff. It's like, yeah, this is good. I genuinely like it. I don't like it ironically. Like, how embarrassing is this? It's fun. It's a classic Disney thing. And now I'll make you feel bad for bashing it. The last thing Walt ever worked on was Country Bear Jamboree. He I'm forgetting the name of
You
the...
even said Imagineers are good 99% of the time.
I'm forgetting the name of the guy, but he's one of the biggest Imagineers, and he called it Walt's Last Laugh because he saw the bears, and it was the last time he ever laughed because he died very few days after. Yeah, I think Mark Davis. Yeah, Country Bears. I'm glad it's underrated because it means it's always going to be a short wait. But I want more people to go to it because I never want that thing to leave. I think it's classic Disney. Maybe my top 10 things in the parks.
Crazy. I do like them roaming around in Frontier.
Oh, I met Big Al. I got a selfie with Big Al. I think I jumped in front of like a little girl to get the picture. I was so excited. It was the greatest moment in my life.
Okay, where am I? Underrated Magic Kingdom. I would have to go with the restaurant Skipper Canteen. I think because I don't see it busy at all. I think I made a reservation. When we went, we made a reservation. One time I didn't go. I didn't make a reservation. I went in April. And I had to wait like 5 minutes at most.
I was able to move my reservation like 2 hours because no one was there.
Yeah, I mean, the food is really good.
Fantastic.
You have the cast member skippers who are just... I have had 4 different ones. All of them are so great.
Shout out to Emma and I forgot my other guy.
Your name was Rob?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, they're all hilarious. Yeah, food's great. The appetizer... Do you remember what they were called? Chapapa, something like that.
No, I know what you're talking about. I didn't have them.
Oh, you didn't have them? Okay, yeah, and then the Kungaloosh,
Oh, I got that.
the Kungaloosh dessert.
Yeah,
That's our thing.
I went there specifically to order the kungaloosh.
Yeah, that's just delicious. Everything about it. There's
The
so many
details,
details. Yeah. And just like you see, like obviously, Be Our Guest always has a wait. People are always have a line out the door at Casey's Corner. But this, like,
Because it's adventurous.
yeah,
People want
take an
chicken
hour.
nuggets.
That's true. They don't a fried fish. They get scared of that.
Oh, that fish is amazing.
Just like take
That
an hour to
fish
sit down.
it's a scary ass fish. But it's really good. But yeah, Nick's right. Take an hour, just try something new, enjoy the details. You know, obviously we love it. The connection to Adventurers Club. There's a dish. It's the Perkin Pad Thai, I think it's called, and it's a tribute, and it says it on the menu, a tribute to Pamela Perkins, who was the president of the Adventurers Club. I love that. Like, you know, that I took a picture of the menu for that. But yeah, I think that's an excellent choice.
Okay, and then overrated Magic Kingdom. I'll go first because I think we're going to argue a lot about Anthony's. People will get mad about this one. Space Mountain. I see it on number one on when people say rank the mountains on people's list. It is far and away number 3. It's just you don't see anything. You see like the lights, the stars. This jerky, like you can like even the drop. Like there's one drop I like, and everything else is jerky. Like the seats are uncomfortable. The only really thing people always like you have to see it with the lights on. Well, yeah, when the lights on, the ride's broken, so that's the only time it's enjoyable for you people. The only time I enjoyed Space Mountain was when it was during the Halloween party, and what they did differently is it was completely pitch black, so you couldn't see anything, and that was the only time there was a little bit of thrill. But even then, I was just like, like let's get this over with. There's no way it beats Splash Mountain. That's the best ride. That's the top like 4 rides in all of Disney.
Top 1, but okay.
It's even better. It's even worse than Big Thunder Mountain. Thunder Mountain's fun.
Saying even worse, that's like, you know, Big Thunder's great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've you know, we've been, this will be 7 or 8 trips years in a row, 13 to now.
Yeah. With
2 trips for me last year. I haven't been on Space Mountain one time.
Yeah.
In that.
I mean, I
just don't enjoy it anymore. And that was probably before those like in our first phase of Disney. We probably did literally like almost 10 times a trip sometimes.
Yeah, our brother did it 10 times.
It was one of the things that got me, like, kind of burned me out on Disney. Like, every time we go to Magic Kingdom, we have to run to Space Mountain and do Space Mountain twice and then get the Fast Pass for Space Mountain. It was one of the because I kind of lost the love for a while, and I was just like, I just don't care about rides anymore. So I haven't been back in a while. I really have no intention of going back. I like the theme of Space Mountain. I like the detail put into it. But yeah, it's easily the third. Third of the mountain.
When I was working down there, and me and a friend, anyone, we'd plan a day at Magic. I'd be like, "Oh, what Fast Passes do you want?" They would all say Space Mountain, and I'd be like, "Oh, come on, can't we do something else?" And we'd all always have to do it. They would love it. I'd be bored. We'd have to wait an hour sometimes. I'm just like, let's just do something else. Let's go on the People Mover. It's much better. Let's do the railroad. I'll do the railroad over this any day.
Oh yeah.
All right, Anthony, you're stupid. Couldn't be more incorrect. Overrated Magic.
This is definitely like I've had this conversation with other people, and they always attack me for this too.
Yeah, I can't.
My easily 100%, not even a question.
Well, I also have a reason.
My
why
most
you don't
overrated thing in Magic Kingdom is the Emporium. Just kidding. No, it is Happily Ever After. I think
no.
I like when I went.
I agree with you, people, that you're mad at him.
The first time I went, I saw it from California Grill. And they had the music pumped in, and I was all excited because Nick was really amping this up because you'd probably seen it like 10 times since then. And I just stood there, and I was just like when can I go home? Or go home? When can I go inside? Like I was like, is this a joke? It's garbage. The only first of all, the genie isn't Robin Williams, so I don't care about them singing "Friend Like Me," and everything else is trash. And there's no tribute to Walt like there was in the other one.
You're wrong about it being trash. Your reason you don't like it is because when you were there in April with me, you saw California Grill, and then we were walking behind in Frontierland behind the castle. You weren't paying attention. You've never witnessed it. You never were in front. You never saw. You never seen how great it is when the castle lights up. Like you saw it from a distance, but you were never there, right in the hub next to the partner statue, seeing it. Just the emotions, everyone cheering. Everything's great about it. Are you sure it's not Robin Williams when he's singing "You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me"?
I'm 99% sure because that was the only redeeming grace when that song started. And I was like, all right, at least I got Robin Williams. And then they don't put Robin Williams on?
Do you mean the ending?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't even remember.
Because there's a genie part, but there's also like women singing Mr. Aladdin.
You were someone, and now it's a little unfair because it's a different part, but you were saying, rightfully so, I think, about Epcot, that we don't just need Disney songs.
But that's Epcot.
But don't you think Magic Kingdom is more than just Disney songs?
That's exactly what Magic Kingdom needs.
That's Fantasyland.
Yeah, but Magic Kingdom, you enter the word yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you can't argue that.
Like I maybe watched Wishes once. I'm not big, whatever it's called, late night show. What are they called? Fireworks shows. At Magic Kingdom, I never want to wait in line or wait, for a seat. I always use that time. What?
I just realized the most overrated thing in Hollywood Studios is Fantasmic.
You used to love Fantasmic.
I hate it now.
Nah, I wouldn't say it's overrated. I think whatever you said is better. What did you say?
I said Muppet Vision.
No, it's the Fantasmic is a better pick than Muppets.
Yeah.
It's all like Pocahontas theme because it was made in like 1960
So the
or
beginning's
1996.
amazing with Mickey, and then
I haven't seen that in probably a decade.
then the ending is amazing with Mickey and Steamboat Willie. But then you have that 15-minute window of this pure boredom where it's monkeys dancing. You can see their costumes like falling off. It's so bad. It just makes no sense. Yeah, a 5-minute Pocahontas thing. You have terrible the projections with the villains morphing together like in and out of each other. Oh, it's just so bad. I was talking to someone about this, and they worked in Hollywood Studios, and they were like, "Why don't you like this?" And I gave that reasoning, and they're like, "You have to stop talking about this because you're making good points, and I don't want you to change my mind." Yeah. Okay, but back to your stupid idea.
But I like Disney. I love Disney music. I love Disney movies. So it's not like I don't care about that. I like the parks more. Maybe that's why But like I don't want to see Wreck-It Ralph.
For a second.
I don't want to. I don't need to hear Frozen again. I love Frozen. I can get Frozen at the Frozen ride. I don't need to whatever Tangled, the lights. That's a terrible song. Period. It's just so bad. Like it's just so like let's put 20 famous Disney songs together. Okay, we're done.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like when you compare that to the beauty and the majestic that is Illuminations and just the absolute perfection of the theme of it, of what it means, of you can contemplate what it means to be human in the world, interconnectedness, humanity, community, translating that to some jerk, can I say jerk off?
Yeah,
some
sure.
jerk off singing "Friend Like Me." Like what? This is Magic Kingdom. You're supposed to be the absolute best of like making people feel like they're a kid.
That's what this is.
Yeah, but it's just songs. It's just nothing.
It's amazing.
They have to be able to do a better version.
There's it's like find your happily ever after. Go do this.
Oh, the original songs are beyond
Just
garbage.
that song, Happily Ever After.
That is like this is like when people come up to us and are like, "You guys are such losers for liking Disney." I feel I'm a little less loserous because I don't Happily Ever After, like just a tad, but like it's just so corny, like it's eye rolling. Like I want one other thing I did in October, I finally for the first time ever saw the electric water pageant, which is adorable. Yeah. It's like 10 minutes. Yeah. It's like, hey, look, it's a dinosaur. Hey, they turn into American flags. It's fantastic. I could see that every trip. I would 100% pick that over Happily Ever After. I would pick going to the Country Bear Jamboree for the third time in a day over Happily Ever After.
You could not be more right.
I'd probably rather spend the time at the lobby at Pop Century than Happily Ever After.
It's just
nonsense. I just think it's terrible. How do you not have a tribute to Walt? The other one had a great tribute to Walt.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. It's just I love it though. If they had a tribute to Walt, yeah, it would.
Would you rather have that or Wishes?
I don't remember Wishes.
Yeah, I saw Wishes once.
I have to go back and watch Wishes. I don't
even think the fireworks are impressive. I thought the fireworks of Wishes
get
were
the
impressive.
hell out of here! No, you're wrong about that.
No, I was just bored.
Wait, so you're saying Wishes? Wishes is just them all singing. I think the song is better. The Wishes song.
Well, I don't care about Wishes either. But it's Wishes. I didn't have this reaction to. Wishes was like, okay, Wishes was unique. Wishes, magic, Happily Ever After. Here's a bunch of cartoons. I don't think of that when I'm in Frontierland.
No.
I mean, I don't think of Wishes, I guess, either. So.
What I don't like, only thing, like, I think I'd rather have Main Street Electric Parade.
Yeah, at least there's some charm to that. It's an old-fashioned thing. I don't care. Like, I saw that Festival of Fantasy Parade. Oh, that was terrible, too.
Get that out
It really, but they didn't have Maleficent.
That's true.
It was so boring. Like, I just don't like parades and fireworks shows unless it's illuminations. And I'm sure I'll love Rivers of Light because I'm a fangirl for Animal Kingdom. But yeah, Happily Ever After is just like I'd rather be doing anything else on property. Literally anything else. Like, if I'm there during festival, whatever it's called, Happily Ever nonsense, I'm just going to be riding rides. Like, I'm not going to wait for watch a second of it.
No. I'm going to do it every time. I mean, obviously, I'm a little brainwashed because working in the Emporium 5 nights a week for 15 weeks, you hear it every time. So, like, there was one time I was by myself. I had a fast pass for Peter Pan, like 5 minutes. It started 5 minutes before Happily Ever After ended. So I'm like, I'm going to stand right by Peter Pan. So when it's over, I just run in and be able to use it. And I was just like standing there by myself. I was like, okay, so then this is when this music comes in, and this is when this music comes in. And I just was like, I was doing it subconsciously. I was like, how do I know all this? I've only seen it once.
Yeah.
This is before I became a huge fan of it. I'm like, oh, it's because it's in my brain because of the Emporium.
Yeah, it's true. Did they pipe it in the Emporium?
No, but I mean, it's piped in on Main Street, and we're right there. So,
but you're also like everyone that I say this to that has gone to Disney multiple times and like is a fan thinks I'm crazy. Did you like it, love it the first time?
No.
Did you think it was stupid?
I probably thought Wishes was better.
Okay, well then you're brainwashed.
Yeah,
Nick's also favorite place on property is the Emporium.
Yeah, it's the best. But I mean, you never experienced it though. Like you saw it from.
I saw it from.
You saw it from a mile away.
From California Grill. That's a classic place. That's one of the highlights of the place is to see fireworks.
Yes, but for me, because I know what this is. It's like as your first time, I don't recommend California Grill. But like if you're not going to the parks that day, I would recommend it. Or if you don't have a chance to see it, I would recommend it, obviously. But if you have a chance to be there in front of the castle, you got to do it. And both times you've experienced it, you haven't experienced it that way. So I think
I never will. I'll never wait for it.
I'm gonna tie you up.
I'll never sit down for that nonsense.
Will you stand?
No, I will not. I'll leave early. I'll go back to my hotel. But yeah, that's mine. That's probably the biggest. Like, would you say it's the one? Yeah, controversy.
I mean, we do have some Epcot and Magic Kingdom. There's probably someone who's mad about every one of our overrated.
Yeah. You're mad about Pandora at Night. You're mad about half of mine and I would say I agree with most of yours, with the exception of maybe the Muppets. But I agree with Test Track.
I'll change it back to. I'll change Fantastic.
I agree with Space. I agree with Lion King. Yeah. All right.
I just steal a couple of them though. I think I stole Test Track from you.
No, I think you stole One Man's Dream.
Oh, good.
But who cares?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's just go. How long was this? An hour?
We're at an hour. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so 2 little halves.
Yeah. Good
Perfect.
to be back. Let us know.
You want more? Tell your friends about this thing.
Yes. Please tell people about this. Let us know what you think is overrated in the parks. What do you think is underrated in the parks? Let us know how dumb Anthony is for saying Happily Ever After. How dumb I am for something. Let us know your opinion on this stuff. You can talk to us on Instagram, Disney Detailer. That's where you'll get someone will message back to you, me, because that is my Instagram account.
Have you ever gotten a comment from the show?
From people other that I don't know?
Yeah. Come on, people. No. Everyone I talk to who loves Disney is always like, we want more podcasts.
Yeah, we've had several
I start
people.
Spamming the boards online and, your friends who have gone to Disney once. If you want more of these things.
Everyone do it. Let's get Let's get this going. 1 million hits on this episode.
Yeah, come on. And Disney, we can get a free cruise too.
Yeah, we want to go on the cruise.
Disney's giving away cruises to the big Disney podcast, Dis Unplugged, WDW.
Food blog. Did Food blog get one?
Like, come on.
Yeah, we can do this. But yeah, I do want to know what you think of our picks, what your picks themselves are. Talk to me on Instagram at Disney Detailer. Still no social media for you, Anthony? Living under a rock?
Oh yeah, I'm off the grid.
Okay, yep. So yeah, if you have anything you want to say to Anthony, message to me. I'll relay it to him, and we'll get back to you. But we want to thank you for listening. Glad to be back. And Anthony, I'll let you finish it off.
Well, since you gave me a piece of the Avengers Club for Christmas, my most cherished possession now, I will have to say congaloosh.